welding pipe at the bottom, which is one of the parts that people are very scared. A lot of people don't like welding at the bottom. What's going on, Archaic family? Today we're at Dreamweaver Academy helping out a lot of these students learning how to weld. Today's piece was done by Carlos. He has a pretty decent root. However, since he's starting to learn how to weld on that 7018 high low gauge rod, we go from the bottom to the top, and this is where a lot of people find their difficulties, problems. So today's video is going to be over welding from the 6 o'clock position to the 3 o'clock position, going over that dead man's curve and learning how to do different techniques in order to perfect that cap. All right, with that said, all you guys are new welders, so if you have come across a question that you want to know, please let me know. I know a lot of the viewers might have the same questions. With that said, today's welding machine is going to be a R200i by the manufacturer Eastwood. It's not a big heavy duty machine, but we're going to see if it's able to cap off a 12-inch pipe with 7018 rod. We're going to be doing the 332. With that said, always check your leads. The stinger or electrode holder should be on to what polarity? Positive. Positive. Good job. Let's see. Positive. And then the groundwork goes to the negative, right? Alright, for this welding machine, I want to set it roughly about 90. So I go to 110 and skew off a little bit off of that. The neat thing is when I'm at the bottom, I'm able to weld a little hotter. As I come up to pass, we're looking at 6, we're looking at 3, between 5 and 3. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, so the setting has to be just right. So now that the power is off to the welding machine, it sounds like one's going because we just turned on one of the diesels. Alright, with that said, I usually want to get everything out of my pockets where I can come one knee, get comfortable. Before you start welding, you need to position your body and know how you're going to perform this weld. You don't just go into welding. You want to go in there and know, say, hey, I come from here. I know I'm going to be extremely uncomfortable, especially because I'm a little chunky, but that's going to be the move. Also, without electricity, I want to, even without gloves, this is fine. If you want to, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the movement is going to be in the hand from this position here to as I come up. Everything makes a difference. Now once you have a good idea of where you're going with it, make sure you wear the right gloves. I know a lot of new welders will go from stick to TIG, TIG to stick, TIG to MIG, MIG to flux core. Each welding process has its own individual gloves. These are nice. I like them. They're black stallion. They're pretty comfortable, genuine leather. They also have those big guys there. Those are very common. Those are very helpful for stick. Those, however, are TIG gloves, designed for TIG. This has a little hole in it right here, which for TIG, you know, you're gonna be all right, but you get a little piece of metal of that stick in that, and let me tell you, you won't be able to rip that glove off fast enough. All right. So with that said, we're gonna turn on the welding machine. It doesn't take a chippy hammer or anything. The slag usually will come out if you're welding consistently. Good amperage on the welding machine and travel speed and the angle of this rod. That's why it was important for me to practice that positioning and go over it before I actually started. As you can see, I went over 3 o'clock just a little because I'm actually going to scale these beads. I'm going to run a 3 bead cap, 1, 2, 3, and that second one I'm going to stop here, this one stopped here, this one, and the third one I'm going to stop here. That way the next welder is gonna have a place to actually start tying in without having to be lost between 3 or 4 beads at one time. Okay. Should I grind it? Should I weld it? Should I? A wire wheel, a wire brush, a good little cleaning like that. It's always a good thing. Just a little one thing. But since I'm a little pressed for time, we're just gonna go with it. Now with this one, just like I did before with the TIG, you want to bring that rod to center of the previous weld. Center of previous weld. Center of previous weld. That way we can have one consistent cap all the way across. Perfectly straight, no undercut, no nothing. But you see that little pinhole right there? You know what caused that pinhole? That air I got right there. So right now, to solve this issue, I'm gonna grind from here all the way to there and re-weld that. As a welder, no matter how good this looks, if there's something wrong with it, it's my duty to fix it. Let me see a grinding disc in it. Clean metal, I'm ready to go back. Okay guys, there you guys have it. This Eastwood welder machine, I thought for a second it died on me, but the ground was a little off, but it's a good little welder machine. We're able to stick out that 7018. Hopefully the tips and tricks you learned today will help you in your future becoming the great welder you are going to be. Until next time.